Welcome to the first installment of Couch to Cocodona. I know it's a funny title. Comes from all the old couch to 5K, couch to 10K, couch to mini marathon marketing that you saw back in the 90s or so. And it is ridiculous, obviously, to say anything a couch to a 250-mile race. I'm not really going from a sedentary lifestyle to trying to finish this race. But I have been, by ultra marathoner standards, doing basically nothing. Like I would basically, per their standards, be doing a couch to a ultra. Longest I've ever run is 33 miles. Ran from my house to my parents' house and back, and that ended with me writhing in pain from cramps on Hurstbourne Parkway. So that did not go well. I probably looked like a druggie or someone in distress to a passersby, but no one stopped to help me. So that tells you the state of the world in 20. It was like 2024 probably. Anywho, I'm really excited about this. I was really excited when I registered back in May. I registered immediately when registration opened and was very dejected, very disappointed when I found 350 some odd people and another 86 people on the wait list all placed before me in the pecking order. That made me very mad. I had watched the 2025 race, the live stream. I loved it. I thought it was very cool for a sport like ultra marathoning to have that kind of coverage. And I wanted to be a part of it. Hey, Annie, come on in. My daughter Annabelle's here. She's a little shy right now, but she's come on the screen and come say hello. She's so cute. She's my second oldest daughter. But sort of lost my train of thought. I yeah, so I was really mad when I ended up 87th on the wait list. I forgot about it. I put it in the rear view for like 6 months. Barely worked out. And then I checked it in Thanksgiving and I had moved up to 57th. So there was some progression, but still looked like to me that I was on the outside looking in. But I started training. I was like, what if you get the call? What if things happen? What if some people get hurt? What if people drop? What if people don't train sufficiently? Like me. So I started running, but I was in Cleveland at the time with Mallory's side of the family, and and it was terrible weather, a lot of snow on the ground, a lot of sleet, ice, rain. So I didn't do much in November or December, and just started going here in February. So, well, actually, I did some in January. We can look at my Strava here just to try to prove to you that this is pretty much a genuine couch to Cocodona effort. And you probably think it's stupid if you are an ultra marathoner, if you've got some 100-mile buckles in your trophy case. If you think it's stupid, that's fine. I don't care. My dream is my dream. It resonates with me. Something I feel very strongly about. I want to do it. I know I'm insufficiently trained. I know I could get hurt. I know I'm probably an underdog to finish, but I don't care. It's my dream, and I can't expect other people to see my dream through their eyes, right? Anyone I talk to this about, not anyone, but most people I've talked to this about think it's a stupid undertaking. They say, why? They give reasons why I shouldn't do it. That's fine. That's not what you want when you're trying to explain a dream to someone. Your excitement, you want to talk about it. And you don't want that kind of reaction, that negativity, that pushback. You're looking for like encouragement and excitement to come back. It usually doesn't do that. Again, because like I said, this is your dream. It's not their dream. So they're looking at it through their eyes and not through your eyes. So just something to keep in mind if you have your own undertakings that people seemingly aren't supporting. Don't get discouraged. That's only natural. So anyway, here's my training calendar in Strava. This is what I've been doing in January and February. it's insufficient. I wanted to do a lot more, but I am very committed to ramping up for these final 70 days just in case things happen and I break into the event. So in January, it says I did just 10 hours of work. Almost everything I've done has been at a 15% incline. I've heard from some runners, but also kind of explored on but you might have to turn your sound off. You can hang out though, but it's probably gonna mess up my audio. It's all good. I've heard from many runners and also through just kind of chatting with AIs that if you are going to be very insufficiently trained from a mileage perspective, that your best bet for prepping for this race is to do a lot of work on elevation. So pretty much anytime I'm on the treadmill, I was putting the grade up to 15% and doing more of a hike than a run. I imagine for most runners, even very strong runners, but definitely for someone like me, that this race is more of a just can you be solid for a very, very long time? Can you hike? Hike at a steady rate, and just time on feet is going to be essential. And can your body hold up? So consistent progression forward, getting acclimated to elevation. I feel like those are the best routes for me when you don't have the time to put in the mileage necessary to really be ready for this thing. I will be ramping up mileage, obviously, but that's kind of, I think, my shortcut way of training. Let's see. This is not showing. I don't know if you can log lifts on Strava. I don't. I log them on this app called JFit or Jeffit. Just easier for me. I've always done that. So these are just my movement exercises, my log of those. I do lift weights as well. Not a big weightlifter, but it's just, again, it's all like exercises that I kind of chatted with the AI to try to supplement training for this run. So it is all geared towards increasing the durability of your body to handle a Cocodona. Anywho, that is January. In February, I did a lot better. If you look January, I only did 36 miles. That's terrible. I mean, that should be my weeklies, right? My weekly totals, if not more. But there's still time to ramp it up a little bit. 36 miles in all of January, 70 miles in all of February with still a week to go. So this is a little bit better. Look at the consistency. I even do multiple exercises on the same day. Sunday the 8th, I was really busy doing 3 different rounds of the treadmill, 15% incline ruck. Also, if you notice that in January, I wasn't doing until the very end any added weight, but now I've got my pack here that I do all my runs with the pack because you do need to carry the pack for Cocodona. So I'm trying to get acclimated to carrying the weight, right? So I've got the steep grade incline plus the weight has me a little more ready for the elevation changes than maybe even some of the other runners will be, though obviously they have the experience of the distance, knowing their body at how their body is going to react to 50 miles, 100 miles, 200 miles. They have those edges on me, though. And in February, it's all rucks. Like there was just this day I didn't have the ruck and I did a flat, just because I do think doing all incline rucks is also a mistake. I think you probably need more of a better balance between the incline and the flat training, because I do want to run the sections that are runnable over 250 miles. There's going to be a lot of runnable sections, and obviously with me being vastly undertrained, the main goal is going to be finishing. But I'm going to get out there and if I feel good, I'm going to try to push. I'm going to try to get the best result I can. Most likely, the body fails and I won't be able to do that. But if I have the opportunity, if I see some stretches and I'm feeling good, I intend to run. So I think in this next week of February and also move into March, I'm going to have a better balance of these 15% incline runs and flats. I'm going to try to mix in both. Maybe even on the same day. That'd probably be good because I'm sure there's sections where you're climbing and then you get to a flat or vice versa. But the last thing I wanted to touch on here was just kind of my likelihood of getting in this race, right? So I want to look here, see where we're at on the wait list. Going here to ultrasignup.com. See, there's still 741 people on this wait list. It's just unbelievable to me when coupled with what the entrance. So you have 351 entrants, all somehow registering before me, even though I'm like instantaneously sitting there, hitting the button on registration opening. But whatever, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. But I'm not in the entrance list right now. I am 46th right here on the wait list. Ken Willinger from Louisville, Kentucky. That's me. I don't even know if I said my name at the beginning of this, but that's me. Couch to Cocodona Ken. Pigskin Ken. Ken Willinger. Yeah, that's probably good for a first video, right? Oh, no. There is one other thing I wanted to add. Because, you look at 46th on the wait list. Let's see. $70 days until Cocodona. So you figure if you're 46th with 70 days to go, pretty unlikely to get in the race, right? Because, sure, you're going to get a few injuries late. Maybe you get some people that just say, I'm not sufficiently trained for this. Maybe they have something happen in their family, a death in the family. A lot of terrible things happen. A lot of just normal life things happen. So, if you were in the top part up here, you're thinking, I'm in this race. Some stuff's going to happen. There's going to be some breaks in this field. But down here at 46, you're like, with only 70 days to go, you're probably not in the field. But we had fairly recently, a couple weeks ago, our friend here, race director for Cocodona, had this to say.
And a subject that we get many questions on and that many people are interested in is the wait list. So with this new Forest Service review, we have also asked for an increase in capacity, number of runners at the race. We have asked for 400 runners in every race distance, so 5 race distances each with 400 runners. We do not yet have an official word from the Forest Service. Again, I want to state that very clearly. We do not yet have final word from the Forest Service. That said, it is looking favorable. We believe that we will get approval within the next few weeks. So if you are on the Cocodona 250 course and you're between 1 and 100 on that wait list, or if you're on the 125 wait list and you're between 1 and 30, keep watching your email in the next few weeks. You may get an invite to join. Again, that may not happen. Who knows with the Forest Service, but we do expect that to come down in the next few weeks. So be watching your email for that invite. If you do get an invite to join the waiting list.
So, pretty exciting, right? Looking at the wait list, 46th, right? He said, looking to increase the cap to 400. We have 351 in right now. So that would be another 49, which would have me in. So, that could fall through. Maybe they'll increase it, but not to 400. Maybe they go to 375. That would have me closer, but not in. So let's just hope for that 400 number. If that 400 number that he mentions there in this clip comes to fruition from the Forest Service, then I will be one of the entrants in this race, and we will have the Couch to Cocodona officially uh, taking flight. So thanks for listening. We'll just talk about whatever we feel like talking about on the future ones of these. I'll try to do some lives too, because I have a few people who said they wanted to make comments on the videos as they are going up. So thanks for listening, and hope you continue to follow my adventure from the couch to Cocodona 250 2026. Thanks.